enough time has passed, and I think it's time to talk about this now. The truth of the Lights Out tour is that I lied. So to fully understand what happened with the Lights Out tour, I think I need to start at the beginning and tell you guys exactly what happened. Back in 2019, I was just starting to blow up on TikTok and I grew very fast. I hit 1 million followers in 6 months and it just snowballed from there. I gained 4 million, I think, all up in the span of like 2-3 months. And I got approached by a lot of influencers and other big people on the platform. One of them was Chase Hudson. Chase and I used to talk a lot. We used to FaceTime a lot. Chase asked me to join his management and they were called Vivid Management. Chase put me in contact with the manager behind Vivid Management and his name was Trent. He gave me his number and said, hey, just hit him up, see if he'll sign you on with the management, and hey, maybe you can come on the tour as well. So I got Trent's number and I started talking to Trent. It started out really nice. I spoke to Trent. I said, hey, Chase referred me to you. I'd love to be a part of the team. I'd love to go on the tour. It sounds like a lot of fun. It sounds like a great opportunity. I was very excited because at the time, this was a huge thing that I never thought would happen. And of course, when someone says to you, hey, come travel with us on a meet and greet around America, it's gonna be the best thing ever. And I thought, hey, that sounds awesome. Of course, like you'd be stupid to pass up an opportunity like that. Trent seemed a little odd when I spoke to him, but I just chalked it up to he's just a really busy guy. Because we're on different time zones, it was very hard to get a consistent time where I was able to chat properly with Trent. It was very quick text messages. So we're having little conversations and then I asked him, hey, could I sign on to the team? He said, yep, I'll just send you a contract through in the morning and we'll get you all ready. I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. This is happening so quick. I wanted to make sure I did everything right in order to get onto this tour. I was willing to do anything. So I signed the contract. The first thing that Trent asked me is to send over the money for the hotel rooms. I was a little confused because I was under the impression that all these kind of costs are kind of handled by the management itself, which shouldn't be up to the people to pay for all this stuff. He assured me that whatever money that I'd have to spend to get onto this tour and whatever else, I would make it back super quick in ticket sale numbers. That was his thing. Don't worry about it, don't worry about it, you'll make it back, don't worry about it, it's a sure thing. You'll make the money back, double. But before we were allowed to talk about anything else, he wanted to make sure that he had the money for the hotel. I asked Trent how much and he said $1,500 US. I said, okay, like, I can afford this, sure. I was on a teacher salary at the time, so I didn't have a lot of money. I had $6,000 in saving to my name over the course of a year and a half. I sent the $1,500 to Trent, and a day later he came back to me and said, whoops, hey, it's not $1,500. It's $2,520 US, which came to about $3,600 Australian. And I said to him, I said, I don't know if I can afford this. Like on top of all the other costs that are gonna factor in, I don't know if I can afford that. He said, hey, don't worry about it, pay half, we'll pay half later. Immediately after I started talking to Trent, he started becoming very controlling of every part of my socials. Trent then asked if he could access my socials and I felt really weird about this. So I asked Chase and I said, hey, is this normal? Is this what you guys do? Is management allowed in your account? And Chase said, yeah, it's fine. He does it for all of us. And I was like, okay, cool. I gave Trent my password and he changed all my bio and stuff to put Vivid Management. So I went along with it. I didn't really question anything. I just kind of put my trust in Vivid. So then Trent asked me, hey, when are you gonna be posting about the big news that you're going on tour, that you've joined Vivid? I said to Trent, yeah, it's coming. Like, I'm working on it. I like to build hype over several videos. I have my plan on how to reveal it. And Trent just said, I guess Vivid isn't enough. So I said, okay, I'll post tomorrow and I'll make my plan work around revealing it a bit earlier. Around this time, which is about a week before the tour, I broke up with my girlfriend at the time. We'd been dating for 6 months, blowing up on social media and all the stresses and everything that comes with it. Social media was a big part of the reason why we broke up. I knew this was gonna cause a big stir online. It was gonna be a big thing. So I spoke to Trent and said, hi, this is happening. What do I do about it? Trent advised me not to post about it yet, to keep it under wraps until I give him a promo. So this was when the problem started to appear. I asked Trent in a text message, do I need a working visa in order to get into America and to attend the Lights Out tour? As I'd be earning money from ticket sales from the tour, it technically means that I'd be working in America, so I'd need a specific visa to be working in America. At the time, I knew nothing about international travel because I'd never left Australia before, so I was pretty clueless on this kind of thing. So I asked Trent, do I need a working visa? And he said, I don't think you'll need one. And I said to Trent, are you sure? Like, I'd hate to be turned away at the border that close to when I'm supposed to be attending the tour. And he messaged and said, I really have no idea. So I thought, okay, this isn't good. I'm probably overestimating Trent's abilities to help me. So I messaged back and I said, well, I think I'm gonna do it just in case. It doesn't seem right to just show up without a visa. So from that, I started doing my own research on what visa I'd need. I contacted post offices, passport offices. I eventually spoke to someone from the passport office and they told me all I'd need is an ESTA. The ESTA is a visa waiver program, which basically means you can travel to America without a visa and allows you to do business and pleasure. And I was like, great, this is exactly what I need. I'm doing business in the US, this is what I need. But the ESTA does not cover you earning money in the US. I mentioned to the passport office that I was going to be earning money on a meet and greet tour in the US, and I said, is that okay? And they said, yes. So I thought, great, it's covered, it's done. I don't need to worry about it. I've got my visa sorted, it's on its way, the passport is on its way, everything's going to plan. So I didn't really think much of it until it got closer to the time when I'd need to travel. So things then progressed. It was about 5 days, I think, before the tour started. I told Trent I had sent half of the accommodation money that he had asked me to send, and then he asked me where the other half was. And I said to him, you told me to only send $1,500, so you said not to worry about it. And he said, okay, sorry, I'll send you a new invoice, and this includes all the other hotels. So I agreed, I sent the money, I was down $3,600, and then I asked Trent if I was going to be having merchandise sold at the tour. Now at the time, I thought they'd be producing it and then I would get a cut and they would get a cut. So we're 5 days away and Trent has just informed me that I need to be paying for my own merch to be made to be sold on the tour. Ugh. So I said to him, I wish you told me that earlier. That's not kind of a thing that you leave until the last 5 days before it starts. I was worried if I was even gonna be able to have merch at all on the tour. And he said, I'm sorry. Doesn't do much, but sure. Fast forward and it is now the day before the tour. I was supposed to be arriving in Phoenix, in America at 6 a.m. the next day. I said to Trent, see you at 6 a.m. tomorrow. And he said, that's so early. I said, yeah, 6 a.m. was the only flight I could get to get there on time. And then Trent said, we don't get in Phoenix till 7 p.m. I was like, okay, sure, it sucks. I'll just sit in the hotel and just explore for the day. And then I was told I cannot check in at the hotel until they get there. So I was like, great, okay, I'm stuck in a foreign country with nothing to do for 12 hours or so. This ought to be fun. I said, are you able to ring ahead and maybe just say, hi, can you let this person in? And he said, no. So this was when the big explosion happened. I got up at 4 a.m, I drove to the airport, I got all my bags and I got on the plane to go from Melbourne to LA. I was then supposed to take a connecting flight from LA over to Phoenix. LAX isn't a great airport. I had to wait in line so long that I missed my flight to Phoenix. I get to the front, I get to customs, and they ask me, are you earning money? So going off what the passport office said, I said, yes, I am earning money. And they just went, oh, there's the back room, bye. And then I got escorted into the back rooms. You guys already know the story of what happened. This has been covered before, so I'm not gonna go into too much detail. But basically, long story short, I was not allowed to enter America. Yay. At this time, I was freaking out. I was crying, I was upset, I didn't know what to do. LAX customs aren't the nicest people. It was pretty traumatic the way that I got treated in there. Because of LAX strict rules, you get one phone call, so I chose my phone call to call Trent. He did not pick up. I left him a message saying, "Hi, I'm getting deported. You need to pick up your goddamn phone right now because I am minutes away from being deported." As soon as I got into my seat on the flight, I immediately called Trent. It was all staticky, I could barely hear a thing he was saying, and then the call cut out. I said, "You're breaking up, I'm on the flight, so I've got like 10 minutes to talk." And Trent said, "Where are you going? You need to come back." I said, "I'm headed back to Australia. I was denied access, that's it." They said I have to go home, get the right visa, and come back. Trent then said, "You can come back, but you cannot stay as long." Meaning, he wanted me to go home, get the next flight back to America, and then try and get into America again on just my passport. I said to Trent, "The tour is longer than that. I need to stay for longer than 30 days. There's multiple phases of the tour." And Trent's idea was to stay for 30 days, catch a flight back to Australia, then catch a flight back to America, and then use my passport to stay for another 30 days. What? Mind you, I'm already blacklisted in the system of American Airlines. There's a big red X next to my name saying that I'm not allowed to use the ESTA visa, which is the one I tried to get in with, for the next 10 years. I'm banned from the visa for 10 years. So at this point, I'm pretty much in tears. Everything's ruined, everything's in shambles. I'm back in Australia and I'm just completely and utterly depressed that I feel like I've just blown the biggest opportunity of a lifetime. Immediately, I go to tell the fans, "Hi, I can't come, the tour is cancelled, I got kicked out of America, it's not happening." Now, the next big issue was that people had already paid for tickets. People had already paid to come and see me, but I wasn't there. By the time I got back home and settled in, the tour had started. And what really upset me and made me really angry was that the fans were not told by Vivid Management that I wasn't there. Fans had come to see me. Fans had traveled from Mexico to LA to come and see me. And they were not told that I was not attending the tour. I had no way to really contact my fans or put out an official announcement since I used my only time available to try and sort out how to stay in America and be on the tour. I used my 10 minutes before the flight started to be on the phone and texting Trent to make sure I could get on the tour. There was nothing posted by Vivid or anything the entire time I was on the flight back to Australia. Fans came to the first location and they thought I was there. And it's pretty reasonable that most people would want a refund. People were getting quite mad thinking that I made everything up or that it was all a big scam and I was just trying to get people's money, and that wasn't the case. I wanted to make sure I had confirmation from the management before I started saying the refunds were available. So Trent finally messaged and said, "Yes, refunds are available only if you did not attend the meet and greet or the date night," which was like a special side bonus thing. So people traveled to come see me day one. I wasn't there and they were now attending the meet and greet. And because they were at the meet and greet, they were no longer able to receive a refund. And people were pretty upset, which is completely justifiable. So I messaged Trent and I said, "Hi, people are burning me at the stake. People are trying to cancel me, saying it was all a scam." I told Trent, "I am upset and I am scared." And Trent replied, "Sorry for the late reply, nothing personal." That doesn't help me. That doesn't help me at all. I said to Trent, "Please just give me some sort of information that I can give to my fans. Just anything." Just hearing myself say all this stuff, it seems so stupid that I didn't see this stuff in the past. I'm only now realizing how stupid I was to fall for these kind of things, to not realize how obvious it was that I was just being completely used and tossed aside. So this was the part when I realized I was in way over my head with the wrong people. I thought that Trent knew how to run a management. I thought Trent was going to take care of me and make sure that I was safe and that we were going to have a good partnership together. This was the moment when I realized that was all fake. Trent did not care what happened to me whatsoever. Because what Trent told me next just completely shattered all sort of confidence I had in his ability to help me with anything. Trent asked me, what's the airport by you? And I said, Melbourne Airport, because that's where I live. I told Trent the only way I think I can get back to America is to get the proper working visa. Trent kept pushing me to come the very next day after I had already been deported, to spend another $1,000 on another flight back to America and to try and get in again on just a passport. When they'd already flagged my account for trying to get in and being denied, Trent wanted me to go back and try on just a passport. And I said to Trent, that's not gonna work. That is not gonna work. I said, I've already been flagged, my account, big X, and I thought this is the worst idea ever. This is the worst idea. This is not going to work at all. Trent then said to me, I should tell the US Customs that I am just visiting friends. Trent wanted me to lie to the US Customs in order to get me into America. Not only is this going to not work because I was there the day before trying to get in, they would have just been working like, hi, I was here yesterday, bit of a mix up. Here's just my passport this time, can I get in? What? Yeah, hey, I know, my management had a bit of a mix up. I'm allowed to come on just a passport, so hey, here it is, please let me in. No. Just a stupid, oh my god. It's just a stupid idea that it was obviously not going to work, so I didn't do that. I said to Trent, it's gonna look a bit sus if I say, hi, I said I was here for the tour, but I'm not now. I know it's a tour week, but I'm not going on the tour, just gonna visit friends. That's not gonna work either. Of course, they're not stupid. Of course they're gonna pick up on it. So then Trent said, hey, we'll just fly you into a different airport. That's not gonna work either. Fuck. Of course, all the US airlines are gonna use the same database. It's not like someone could be flagged for being a terrorist on one airport and then be able to fly on the other one. No, they're gonna be sus. I can't just go to a different airport. That's not how it works. If I went through with Trent's plan, I think I probably would have been banned from America for life. I'm already now banned from the ESTA program. They made the ESTA program as an easy way to travel. I can't use that for 10 years. So the tour has started. I am still trying to think of a way to get back in as quickly as I can because I do not want to miss out on this opportunity. So as soon as I got back, I told all my fans what happened, but I thought, hey, Trent, since you're getting me to work in America, maybe you could sponsor me for like a work visa. So I said, hey, let's get that done. Let's rush out. Let's get the sponsor done. Let's get it done. No response. I then messaged Trent again, asking if he was able to start processing refunds because yes, I'd been told the refunds were available, but anyone that had been trying to process a refund was not getting anything. I explained to Trent that a fan had sent me an email saying they had tried to process a refund and got knocked back and they didn't get any money. I said, Trent, we need to sort this out. No response. And then I said, Trent, this is important. We need to sort this. If I say that refunds are available and you're not letting refunds be available, they're gonna eat me alive. And Trent messages me, what do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? What does that mean? I thought I was pretty clear. So I screenshotted what the fan sent me and I sent it to Trent and I said, this is what I got. I said, is the email response automated? And I said, is that the right email to contact? Yes, he replies. Which one? Yes to both? No response again. So I asked him again, are refunds available or are you just saving face? I was talking to a brick wall that did not care. And he just said, just get the fan to email again, to email the same thing to the exact same email, and the same thing probably happened. And I asked him, is that gonna work fine? And he said, yes, yes it will. So that was pretty much all of the contact that I had with Trent for the duration of the tour. I didn't speak to Trent much after that regarding the tour. I was removed from the group, so I had no idea what was going on. I was kicked out. I continued sending Trent my promos that I was getting, saying, hey, is this enough? Should I ask for more? Is this a good promo to do? Trent would reply with, that's so low. No follow-up kind of, oh, you should counter with this, or maybe you shouldn't do it, maybe you should do this. Nothing, just that's so low. There was more emails coming through. I was sending Trent more emails. I was sending Trent more messages saying, hi, did you contact this person? They're waiting for a response from you so we can start this promo. She said she needs an answer by the end of the day. She hasn't heard from you. It's been 2 weeks. Eventually, I just got sick of being pushed around, left in the dark, tossed aside. Like, obvious, it was at this point that Trent could not care less about what happened to me. I wasn't on a tour, so I didn't exist. So I said, Trent, we need to talk. Immediate response, what's up? And I said to Trent, I am very disappointed with the management from Vivid Management. I said, you aren't answering my texts. I've had to go back to organizing all of my own promos since you're not doing any of them. I feel like I'm spitting a lot. I'm sorry, I have braces. And I said, I feel like I've been pushed aside. Trent replied, I completely understand where you're coming from, but it's not normally like this. I've been really busy with the tour. And I said, okay, I get it. I know it's tour time. I know it's probably extremely busy over there. I'll cut Trent some slack. I thought maybe once the tour is over, it'll go back to normal. I'll start getting a good relationship again. I don't know why I did that. I just thought, hey, things will be good eventually. I didn't want to have to come to the reality that Vivid Management was not good at all. I just hoped that everything would just work out okay after tour time. So I said to Trent, have you made any progress with the work visa? Since an easy way to get a work visa is for your management to sponsor you to work in America. So yeah, have you made any progress with the work visa? His response, oh my God. What do you mean have I? You're the one that has to get it. What? I said, I have to be sponsored by you. You have to fill out the form. And he said, I've already looked into it. It doesn't work like that. And I said to him, I said, that is what the US Embassy told me. Trent's reply, I'm sorry, I can't. You can't? I can't get you a work visa. I've already looked into it. So I just said to Trent, please help me. Help me get this sorted. Help me get back on track. I said, if you've looked into it and I need to fill it out, send me the paperwork and I will fill it out. And he said, I'll work on it. Spoiler alert, I never got any paperwork. I was never sent any paperwork. After speaking with Trent about the work visa situation, 10 days had passed and there was no communication. There was nothing. No paperwork, no check-ins, no nothing. At this point, I was fed up. I was done. I just wanted out. I signed a contract to be with Vivid for a year and I was only 2 weeks into it. And the worst possible thing had happened in the first 2 weeks. I sent Trent a message and it says, hi Trent, I'm gonna be straight up. An Australian talent agency has approached me wanting to represent me and I'm inclined to say yes. It'll be a lot easier on both of us if I had more local representation as we've both seen how hard it's gonna be to get me over to America. I know the contract states a 3-month advance on resignation, but I'm hoping you can do me a solid and end it immediately. More than happy for you to keep any and all ticket sales from the tour if you do this for me. Thanks, Caleb. At this point, I didn't care about the money. I didn't care about anything. I just wanted out of this mess. It was such an awful thing to go through, to have to upset that many of your fans, to go through that much sadness and regret, and it was just awful. It was one of the worst things that's ever happened to me, by far. Trent replied the next day and said, as sad as I am to hear this, I completely understand. Please stay in touch because we love you and we wish you all good things. I wanted to stay civil. I don't like burning bridges. I don't like calling people out. So I did the nice thing and I was very nice about it. At the time, I thought, hey, this is all just bad coincidences. It just sucks. These things happened. Oh well. It's now that I realize how truly mismanaged everything was. How uninformed I was about everything, how uninformed Trent was on how to represent international clients. I said, thank you for understanding, Trent. I love the Vivid family and I have no hard feelings towards anyone. Thank you for the opportunity. I'll see you around. I didn't want to be mean. I'm not a mean person. I'm not mean-spirited. And the reason I didn't want to bring this up earlier is because there were so many people that were on the tour that I respect, that I have no issues with whatsoever. They're just people. And I didn't want them to get caught in the crossfire, so I never brought it up. That is the reason I've never spoken about this until now. As of now, pretty much everyone that was on the tour has now left Vivid Management. I don't know the reasons why, but I know it's a good thing that they left. I spoke a lot with Chase, with Griffin, I spoke to Noan, I spoke to Peyton, I spoke with everyone, and they're all really nice people. But now that they've all moved on to better things, it's time to call out the people that need to be called out. If you're an influencer or a content creator or someone from the internet, if Vivid Management approaches you, do not sign with them. Do not associate with Vivid Management. So by now, everything's done. I've moved on. I've found a new talent agency that's taken extremely good care of me. I haven't had any sort of contact with Vivid at all. Everything's moved on from the tour, but the story's not over. 3 months later, I sent Trent another text message. I said to Trent, "Hi Trent, it's Caleb. Hope you've been well. I've got a favor to ask. My new Australian management is working on getting me back to the USA by the end of the year, but as you know with the tour and everything, I was banned from the visa for 10 years. They can reverse it, but they said I need an email from you. I just want to make it clear that there is no consequences for anything. Nothing negative will happen to you whatsoever. I need an email just stating that you were the management behind the tour and that you approved my travel to the USA under the visa I was carrying. That's all. If you were to do that for me, I'd really appreciate it. Looking forward to hearing from you, Caleb." I thought I was pretty civil about it. With everything that had happened in the last 3 months, with how much drama had happened on the tour, you'd think that, Trent would owe me one. Because if he sent me that email, everything would have been erased as if it never happened. With that email, I could go back to America immediately. It would have been wiped, everything gone, clean slate, and I could have just gone back to America. Trent never replied. I asked my Australian talent agency to then contact Trent as well and see if they can get it out of him. They contacted Trent and he told them to Trent was abrasive, rude, and he never ended up getting me that letter. So to this day, I am still banned from using the ESTA visa. It seems so long ago now. It's been over a year now since it happened. I've been to America since. I've gotten the right visa, I've gone to visit my friends, and I've done some amazing things. Having a second chance to finally go back to America and do all the things that I wanted to do the first time round was amazing. I just wish that I was smarter about it the first time round. I wish I did my research. I wish I wasn't so blasé to everything that was going on around me, to be more aware of the fact that this was not how someone should be treated. They're there to help you, to support you, and that didn't happen. So did I lie? Yeah. I tried to protect Vivid Management and everyone involved. I tried to take the fall for it and say, yeah, I got the wrong visa. My bad. And while I still take a lot of accountability for not doing enough research, Vivid need to be held accountable as well. From my understanding and what I've seen from videos online, the tour itself wasn't great. It was very unorganized. It was very low quality. People feel like they didn't get their money's worth. But what I do know is that Vivid Management should not be in charge of creating such events. They should not be in charge of managing clients, especially international, if they can't do it the right way. Maybe this was a blessing in disguise. Maybe it was a good thing I didn't go on the tour. Maybe it was a lesson to be learned. But I know that since then, so many good things have happened to me. And this is only the beginning. I got my second wind, I got to go back, I got to do things right the second time round. And being knocked back the first time just made the second time all that more special. And that is the whole truth of the Lights Out tour.